Let's be real, you know deep down why you feel stuck. It's not something outside of you, not some circumstance or person holding you back. It's you. You are the one in control of your life, your actions, your mindset. But somewhere along the way, you stopped moving forward, and now you're just spinning your wheels. It's frustrating, right? You want to break free, but you're stuck in this loop. Every time you try to change something, it feels like nothing sticks. And that feeling of being stuck, it's draining the life out of you. The truth is, being stuck doesn't just happen overnight. It's the result of countless little decisions you've made over time, and those decisions have created the life you're living right now. Maybe it's staying in a job you hate because it's comfortable. Maybe it's hanging on to relationships that drain you because you don't want to be alone. Or maybe it's telling yourself you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Whatever it is, it's time to face it. The longer you wait, the deeper you sink into the quicksand of your own indecision. You see, the mind is tricky. It convinces you that staying in one place is safer than moving forward into the unknown. But that's a lie. Staying stuck is more dangerous than you think. It chips away at your confidence, your sense of purpose, and your belief in yourself. The more you stay where you are, the more you start to believe that this is all there is for you. And that's the worst part. You start to think that you're incapable of changing, that somehow you're not good enough or strong enough to break free. But that's not the truth. You can change. You're more than capable, but you've got to be willing to face the hard truths. You're stuck because you're comfortable. Comfort is one of the biggest traps in life. It feels good at first, right? It's easy, predictable, and doesn't challenge you. But the longer you stay in that comfort zone, the more it becomes a prison. You stop growing, you stop learning, and you stop becoming the person you're meant to be. Comfort is the enemy of progress, and you've got to break free from it if you want to get unstuck. It's not enough to just wish for change or wait for motivation to hit. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. The hard part is getting started. That first step feels like it takes all your energy, but once you take it, something shifts inside of you. The momentum starts to build, and before you know it, you're moving forward. But you've got to be the one to take that first step. No one's going to do it for you. Maybe you're waiting for the perfect moment to make a change. Let me tell you something. That moment doesn't exist. There's never going to be a perfect time to get started. Life is always going to throw obstacles in your way. There's always going to be something standing between you and the life you want. But if you keep waiting for things to be just right, you'll wait forever. The time to move is now, in the middle of the chaos, in the middle of your doubts and fears. That's when real change happens. When you decide to act in spite of everything, you break through the barriers holding you back. You're stuck because you keep replaying the same thoughts over and over again in your head. That inner voice, the one that tells you you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you're too old, too young, too busy, too tired, it's lying to you. That voice is your fear talking. It's trying to keep you safe, but it's doing more harm than good. You've got to silence that voice and start feeding your mind with thoughts that build you up, not tear you down. The more you allow that negative self-talk to dominate your thoughts, the more you'll believe it. And once you believe it, you're trapped. The key to getting unstuck is changing the way you think about yourself and your situation. You're stuck because you're afraid of failure. But here's the thing. Failure isn't the end. It's not something to be feared, it's something to be learned from. Every time you fail, you're given an opportunity to grow. Failure is a teacher, and the lessons it gives you are priceless. The only real failure is staying stuck, never trying, never risking anything. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail over and over again, but keep getting back up. You can't let the fear of failure paralyze you. Failure is part of the process, and you need to embrace it. You're stuck because you're overwhelmed. You've got so many things you want to change that you don't even know where to start. But trying to fix everything at once is a recipe for staying stuck. The key is to focus on one thing at a time. Start small. Pick one area of your life that you want to improve and go all in. It doesn't matter how insignificant it seems. Once you master that, move on to the next thing. Progress builds on itself. Small wins turn into bigger wins, and before you know it, you've gained momentum. But you've got to start somewhere. You're stuck because you're holding on to the past. Maybe it's a mistake you made, or a chance you didn't take, or someone who hurt you. Whatever it is, it's time to let it go. You can't move forward if you're constantly looking back. The past is done. It doesn't define you unless you let it. The only thing you have control over is what you do right now. Stop letting your past failures and regrets dictate your future. You can rewrite your story, but you have to start from today, not from yesterday. You're stuck because you don't believe in your own potential. Somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that you're not capable of more. But that's a lie. You have so much more in you than you realize. You have untapped potential that's just waiting to be unleashed. The problem is, you've built up walls around yourself, telling yourself that this is as good as it gets. But those walls are self-imposed. You can tear them down, but you've got to be willing to see beyond your current situation. You have to believe that you're capable of more, that you deserve more, and that you can achieve more. You're stuck because you're not taking action. Thinking about change, dreaming about it, planning for it, that's not enough. Action is what makes the difference. You can have all the ideas and all the motivation in the world, but if you're not taking action, nothing is going to change. Action creates momentum, and momentum is what gets you unstuck. Even if it's a small action, it's better than standing still. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect, stop overthinking, and just do something. Take one step and then take another. Before you know it, you'll be moving forward again. You're not meant to stay stuck. You're meant for more. But it's up to you to break free. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want on a silver platter. You have to go out and create it. You have to be willing to do the hard work, face the uncomfortable truths, and take responsibility for your own life. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because the alternative, staying stuck, never realizing your potential, living a life that's less than what you're capable of, that's not an option. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stay where you are, comfortable but unfulfilled? Or are you going to take the leap and get unstuck? The choice is yours, but the time to act is now. Every day you wait, every day you put it off, is another day wasted. You have the power to change your life, but only if you choose to use it. Don't let another day go by feeling stuck. Take the first step, and everything will change.